what I've been reading. It is so good. Like, it's really testing my emotions. Is she kidding? Is she for real? I don't know how many red flag tabs I've used. Oh, but this is so juicy. I love the drama.
What is with the men in this room? Oh my god.
Oh my god, stop saying that. Why are you saying that? Only 34 pages in. How is she doing this to me? My blood pressure is going to rise. Hello, welcome. This is part 2 of the ACOTAR reading vlog. In this video, I will be finishing the rest of the series, which is A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, last but not least, A Court of Silver Flames. And let me tell you, these 3 books had me going crazy. I was going through it. If you have not read the first 2 books of this series, I will have the video to part 1 linked in the description, but be warned, that video is full of spoilers, as will this one. So if you have not read any of these 3, I do not recommend you continue watching this. But if you want to read the series along with me, or you have already read it, then continue watching this video, and I hope you will enjoy. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Onto the third book, ACOWAR, A Court of Wings and Ruin. Do I think that Tamlin is going to change? Do I think he's going to get a redemption arc? I don't know. I don't think so. He just thinks a few sorries is going to fix everything, and it just doesn't. But if he does get a redemption arc, then do I really want to see it? Not really. Also, for the longest time, I thought that this one is the final book to the ACOTAR series. This one, I always thought this was a novella, and it's just events that take place after the finale. Like, you could read this or you don't have to read this, but with this one coming out, I truly don't know if the war that takes place right now that we're reading is still happening in the Court of Silver Flames. I don't know if we're going to get everything resolved in this one. My wish is for the king, Jurian, Ianthe, the Mortal Queens, maybe add Tamlin into that to meet their ends in this one. Maybe not die. Tamlin, I don't know. I really don't know yet. Do I want him to die in this book? No, because he just needs therapy. The other characters that I mentioned, I want to see their downfall. I want to see them die. I want to see them die. It's the Mortal Queens and Ianthe that are the top of my list. That's enough. I need to stop talking about my wishes, and it's not even positive wishes. Okay, so in this one, I also already did some post-its, but we need to change things up. After 30 minutes, I finally have the updated tabs. It was a lot, but I just needed to be more specific. So I have one for Feyre and Rhysand, one for information, there's one for funny, there's another one for exciting, I have another one for characters, so any new characters or character information that I should remember. There's a possibility that we could be introduced to a new character in this book. I have one for red flags, I have one for romance. This romance is for any other characters, Asriel and Mor, Lucien and Elaine, Nesta and Cassian, any of the 3. And then I have one for sad. I hope I don't have to use this one a lot. Feyre, as of right now, is in the Spring Court. I don't care if she had her reasons. And I can't believe Lucien's the one who's saying that. Lucien, don't tell me you're defending her right now. I don't understand why they're giving Ianthe a chance to explain herself. She's doing this to get rid of all the High Lords, so that High Priestesses can rule the land. So I don't understand why Tamlin is even listening to her, or even giving her the time of day to explain herself. Oh, and her lies. You're fooling no one. Why is Tamlin giving that face to Lucien? Lucien is saying the right things. He's asking the right questions. He has reason to not believe Ianthe, and Tamlin is giving him the eye. Tamlin, are you okay? Is your brain there? Is it present in this house? How is it possible that there are more reasons for me to dislike Ianthe? On page 33. Even the sirens are out there trying to catch this lady because she's doing so many wrong things. Every person dismissing Ianthe is giving me so much joy. No one cares for her. No one cares about her. I am having way too much fun. This one right here.
There's my acolyte discovered that the land around my temple is ... dying.
Jurian rolled his eyes and went back to his bacon. I don't like that guy, but I like how he just ignored her. No one cares. Okay, Ianthe, take your problems elsewhere. Ianthe is trying too hard. I just can't stand her. I mean, at least be powerful, but no. She resorts to acting. She reminds me of those good girls who are evil on the inside. I forgot what that phrase was, but there are a couple of manhwas that I read, and I'm thinking specifically of the villainous manhwas where characters are reincarnated. The main character wakes up as a villainess in the story, but it turns out as you continue reading, the real villainess is the supposed good girl main character. The whole point is don't ever cross Feyre, because you won't win. Feyre is in her villainous era, and I am living for this. How did Evie become the biggest pain in my ass in this book? I'm on page 54. I don't get Jurian. Hold on. That was way too close. I don't understand what he's doing, but him thanking Feyre for sparing those 3 children of the blessed, I'm way too easy to win over, but he did not win me over yet. I just need to know what his goals are. I mean, it's clear what his goals are. He wants to find Miriam. I guess he doesn't want to hurt innocent people, but does he realize that the king who brought him back, he's trying to kill humans? Possibly one of my favorite scenes so far. I gotta love this side of Feyre. I have had enough of scum characters, Ianthe, Tamlin. I just don't care for Tamlin anymore. After 74 and 75, I'm so done with Tamlin. Ianthe and Tamlin can go rot. I'm on page 79. And we're gonna miss Alice. She was a real one. So far, what I've been reading, it is so good. Like, it's really testing my emotions. It's making me feel so much anger. Not one dull moment. Is she kidding? Is she for real? Against his will, shackled him. I cannot put up with her anymore. She is one of the worst characters ever in this book. She's not any better than Amarantha. At least everyone knew Amarantha's intentions. She was evil and she was very proud of it. But Ianthe, her act, no one's buying it. And what she's doing here to Lucian, what Feyre does next. We missed our warriors. So nice to see Cassian and Azriel again. The scene with Azriel carrying Lucian. Azriel and Lucian could start a bromance. They're reunited, guys. This whole mate talk has got me thinking and wondering if Cassian and Nesta are mates. And I wonder who Azriel and Mor's mates are. Oh, it would be too much of a coincidence if they were each other's mates. The friendships in this book. Page 202, the conversation between Cassian and Feyre almost brought tears to my eyes. And then I'm on page 203 and the tears were gone because Nesta be burning Cassian. I actually want to watch them bicker.
Go, 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 go all the way.
No one asked for a routine, but I'm gonna give it. This is not a routine. I do this once or twice a week, sometimes if I'm not feeling lazy. So I spray some toner on and then I wear a mask. Today I'm deciding on this one. My favorite mask of all time would have to be Tea Tree. That's not a mask, but I usually wear that one, especially because sometimes when I break out, I whip out my tea tree mask. I'm not really breaking out. Oh, I don't want to say that. Knock on wood, because I want to wear this one. Honey Luminous Royal Propolis mask. I'm a pro at this now. I don't need to go to the bathroom. Right as I said, I'm a pro. Ooh, I just ripped it. I pulled at it and now it looks very loose. I'm gonna ignore that. I don't really need to moisturize my upper lips anyway. Squeeze out whatever juice is in. Ooh. Again, I should be in the bathroom doing this. I don't really want to deal with this area over here. I'm gonna leave this on for 20 minutes. It's like getting into my lip. Okay. Hello. I just took off the mask. If I look all oily, it's because of that. But I'm on page 227. Is it? Is it 227? No, I'm not. I just finished 223 and I really would like to see the Bone Carver again. I really liked his character. If he turns out to be evil, I still would like to see him again. Because he's like one of those characters that you have to be scared of, but you also kind of like them because they are so smart. That kind. Yeah, I want to see the Bone Carver again. And why was I on the wrong page? Okay, I need to wash my face. I'm reading at night. Good morning, guys. If I look swollen right now, it is because I just woke up. I can't even speak properly. I just woke up and today is very dark and gloomy. It is raining outside. I'm going to take advantage of this quiet and film as much as I can, which is a recap of what I read last night. So if you notice, I have sticky tabs sticking out. These are all the things that I read last night in bed with the light off. These were things that I really wanted to tab, but I thought maybe I could tab these and fix the tabs and talk about them with you guys. And so let me start with my first stuck out tab on page 235. Oh yes, this one. Cassian and Fabra are back at the prison to talk to the bone carver. Each person who looks at the bone carver, they see a different person. Fabra saw a little boy with black hair and blue eyes. The thing is, when I first read that scene, I really thought that, oh, it could be their kid. But then the blue eyes threw me off because Fabra doesn't have blue eyes, and I always thought that Rhysand had violet eyes, so the eyes threw me off. But now that Fabra made the connection that it looks like what could be her future child with the High Lord Rhysand, I was like, this was confirmation. So are we gonna get a child in this book? Are we gonna get a baby? Because I kind of would look forward to that. On the next page, I also tabbed something. 2 tabs on this page. So 236. I tabbed this part on the top because it was revealed that the Weaver lady who eats humans, their bones, and with the whole frightening chimney scene, yeah, that lady is the carver's sister. On the bottom of 236, they were talking about Nesta and how what came out was not what went in. Well, clearly, because Nesta is a different breed. All of this is just hinting that Nesta is very powerful. And then I also tapped on page 243 to remind myself to ask the question, who did Cassian see on the bone carver? Okay, I'm gonna skip some tabs to find the ones that I really wanted to talk about. The scene on page 252, after Fabra went into Lucine's head without his permission, Nesta asked, have you ever? How did Nesta know that Fabra went into his head and saw all of that? 253, I also have a tab. This is regarding the whole how Nesta would rather walk off a balcony than let Cassian carry her. You can deny all you want, Nesta, but you're gonna have your moment with him in your own book. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to skip the ones I don't think are important. I lost my page. Get back in here. Why do I feel like I'm giving a presentation right now? And the next one is on the bottom of the same page. I made it give something back. I wonder what Nesta made the cauldron give. Okay, I am gonna stop here and then I continue later. I need to do something real quick. Did y'all miss me? Let's go to the next tab, which I have is on 259. I have this one, and this is my romance tab. Rhysand saying that Azriel has been pining for more for the past 500 years. I know, I really want them to be together. 274, this whole scene, the inner circle is at the Court of Nightmares. They are at a meeting room with Keel and Eris and all of them, and Eris is kind of saying that he knows what he did was wrong, but he did not want Lucien dead and whatnot, trying to make himself sound like a good guy. I thought it was noteworthy just to see if he's really what he says he is, or if he's just a jerk who's trying to get on the winning side. Next tab I have is on 276. It really does feel like I'm giving a presentation. Again, this is a tab that I wanted to remember, and it's about Eris and how he has a few things he regrets. One of them is what happened to Moore. He's saying that it cost him something. I don't know what it is, but I am curious what he is talking about. Are we supposed to like him or not? And what does he mean by what happened to Moore cost him? On page 286, this is an important tab. It was angry. Elaine said quietly. It was so angry that something was taken. So it took something from them as punishment. The moment I read this, I thought, Nesta? Is she talking about Nesta when she says, I saw young hands wither with age? Maybe when they went into the cauldron, they withered and then came back and became a fae? I don't really know what happens when you're inside the cauldron. Box of black stone. Well, the cauldron is not a box. It's more like a pot. But it is black stone, right? Maybe. Now I'm going to continue reading. I am on chapter 29. First thing, Elaine can possibly see the future. She just has a weird way of getting it across. And second, I'm on page 322. The other queens won't go into the cauldron for terror of the same happening now. And the youngest one, oh, you should hear how she talks, Nesta Acheron. the things she wants to do to you when Hibern is done. Excuse her? Nesta did nothing wrong. You guys forced her in a lane to go into the cauldron first. How is that her fault? You guys could have gone in it first. I hate the queens so much. I don't even want to call them queens. Queens is way too much of a good word to be associated with things like that. We don't get to find out what the creature looks like. I'm disappointed. I'm surprised though that this is Reese's first time seeing the thing. He doesn't look shook. Maybe he's like really blinded with rage that Hibern people came through the wards into his library and was going to kill his wife. Wait, are they married? His high lady. What is the status of their relationship? They're married because she has a ring. I am so confused. So apparently Reese did not get a good look at what the creature looked like, but I'm so curious. Like, I want to know what the creature looks like, because why is Cassian looking so ashen and afraid and scared? I'm so curious. I am on page 414, about to start chapter 44. This is the scene when all the High Lords are gathered at the Dawn Court, and guess who showed up? There's no seat left at the table. Tamlin scurry off. I don't like the way he's smiling. I have no idea when was the last time I left you guys off. I don't think a lot of big things happened, but there is a little small update on Cassian and Nesta. I think Nesta is slowly warming up to Cassian, and it's so nice to read that. Anyway, let's start chapter 44. This might be a spoiler to anyone who has not read It Ends With Us, so be warned. Maybe skip like a few seconds. But Tamlin really reminds me of, oh shoot, I forgot his name. Oh my god, I forgot his name. It starts with an R. What the hell? Oh my god, this is so bad. My memory. It's not Ryan. It's not Reich. Reich is from Addicted series. I forgot his name. Ryle. Oops. Every time I see Tamlin and the way he loses his temper, it brings me back to that scene in It Ends With Us with Ryle. Oh my god, the way I forgot his name. Okay, that's normal. I mean, he should not be on my brain anyways. He should have vanished from my mind. It's all about Lily and Atlas, so it's not funny. This is so sad, actually, how no one wants to sit next to Tamlin. I don't like Tamlin, but it's also, there's some scenes that I just feel for this man. It's not like he's bad. Like, there are worse characters than him in this book. There's a list. I truly do hate Ianthe more than Tamlin, Amarantha more than Tamlin. The king, for some reason, I know we see him a lot, but I just don't feel anything for that character. He doesn't scare me the slightest. Jurian, he has his moments. I don't like, well, a lot of characters I don't like, they're dead. So yeah, there is a list, and Tamlin is not really high on it. He annoys me, he infuriates me, but I can't bring myself to fully hate him. I think it's because he has his moments in ACOTAR, and I truly do think that he thinks he loves Feyre. The fact that he was willing to do what he did to get Feyre back, it's very red flag. It's very not the right way to go, but it's also, he's just blinded by his love for Feyre. Am I gonna get hated for this? Maybe, but I feel bad. No one wants to be near him, and what Feyre did, how she brought the spring court down, how it crumbled from within because everyone left. I mean, he deserved it, but I also feel so bad. Where do I stand with this man? Poor guy. No one wants to sit next to him. Baron and Helion neither looked thrilled about it, though they weren't stupid enough to physically recoil as Tamlin said. Is he changed? Is he still in his wolf form? No, he's wearing his tunic. Oh, he smiled like a wolf. He wasn't in his animal form. Oops, I read that completely wrong. Look, if you didn't do what you did, none of this would have happened, Tamlin. You only have yourself to blame. I should be clear though, just because I don't hate Tamlin doesn't mean that I like him. It's just that there are moments that I do feel pity for this man. Tamlin is acting like a tampon right now. How dare he? I'm on page 417. After I tried to be reasonable with your character. Did he really start the war, Tamlin? Are you seriously that dumb? I know, right? I'm confused too. What the hell are you saying? When did he start? And yet here you are having started it in the first place. What are you talking about, Tamlin? What are you even talking about? This man is blaming Rhysand for starting a war. Do you not look back at what you have done? Technically, none of them started the war because the King of Hibern already had plans of attacking Prythian, so none of them. But have you not considered the fact that you have speeding it up because you allowed King of Hibern to enter your court? If you hadn't stolen my bride away in the night, Rhysand, I would not have been forced to take such drastic measures to get her back.
Bruh.
I swear no characters in this book can hold accountability. Not him, not the Mortal Queens, not Anthe, none of them. If you didn't act the way you did, would she have left? Were you guys even happy? Were you guys in a good place? No. What are you talking about? Do you hear yourself? Stolen his bride away. Oh, please. If you want to play that card, you technically took his mate. He doesn't even remember when his wedding took place. If you're going to bring up certain things in an argument, get your facts straight. You're definitely not going to win her back the way you're treating her right now. I don't know if he's even trying to win favor back, but he's definitely not going to get her back. This is getting so juicy. I need to eat something. I want to try this lychee jelly that Karen got for me when she went to Korea. Whoa, the smell. It smells like lychee. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna eat this. The smell is stronger than the taste. Let's get back to the book. Oh, why are you here, Tamlin? Aren't you too busy serving the enemies? You're so delusional. I know. You don't get to rewrite the narrative. You don't get to spin this to your advantage. I'm like so exhausted from trying to argue with Tamlin's points. Sabra, you got this. You tell him. I am not laughing because I saw something funny. I can't believe he just said that. I can't. Oh my god, that is so vile. Why are you? I'm on page 418 for anyone who's curious. He says, when you F her, have you ever noticed that little noise she makes right before she climaxes? Ew, Tamlin, what are you doing? Oh my god, Rhys, you need to cover that man's mouth. Why did he just look at Feyre like that?
Oh yes, Ezreal.
I swear to god, I don't know why I am smiling. This is not a funny scene whatsoever. In all the seriousness of this, I just cannot believe he said that. It's like I'm watching a show, but in words. Is he? You let them onto your land. You invited the royals into your dining room. You know what Anthe has done, and you have chosen to forgive her and give her a second chance. But then I can't even reason with this. I just like, so your high priestess mind was already warped. She came into your court with ulterior motives. Feyre should have done more than shatter that. I was almost so mad. I almost cussed. I need to control myself. I was about to say something and it was not going to be nice. Anthe deserves worse than what she has gotten. She should be grateful. That's all Feyre did. Shut up. Ew, and I thought I had some soft spot for this man. I can't help you anymore. He's, oh, what are you saying? The only reason why a lot of you guys are standing is because Rhysand sacrificed himself.
So shut up, Tamlin. Shut up.
Do you realize that the reason why you even have a court is because Feyre sacrificed herself for you guys as well? I'm on the middle of page 419, but I need to go back to what he said previously. Would we fight Hibern only to find ourselves with a queen and king of Prythian? She proved her ambition, and you saw how he was more than happy to serve Amarantha to remain unscathed. Her ambition? She went under the mountain to save your ass. She didn't need to do that. She could have just left you and you would have been under Amarantha's control this whole time. You would not have been able to be roaming around like this. So shut up. Rhysand has done more for Prythian than you have ever done. Please tell me the other High Lords are not even trying to listen to this. I want to rip that finger right off Tamlin's hand and feed it to the worm. Please do it. Yes, Vivian. Oh my gosh, she should be a high lady. Stand up to whatever this BS is. Yes, exactly. Make your own opinions. Don't listen to this man's story. Like, what the hell? You do realize in this situation, a lot of sacrifices had to be made, right? You guys do understand when you guys were under Amarantha's rule, there was not much that he could have done. This is so pointless though, this whole meeting. I don't understand why they won't fight for Perithian. It's their land. Oh wait, they could care less about the humans, right? Is that what it is? Baron, no one asked for your side comment. Shh. At least Eris knows not to jump in. Stories and words. Is there any proof? Stop playing victim. You are disgusting. He's doing a really good job at pissing me off. If he does not stop violating Libra that way, I won't be responsible for what happens next. I mean, like, Nesta is there, right? If Nesta is there, I hope she does something. I hope she releases her power at this very moment. Not this very moment, but during this High Lord scene. I want her to scare the life out of Tamlin. I don't know how many red flag tabs I've used. Oh, but this is so juicy. I love the drama. You're beginning to become tedious, Tamlin. Helion is finally saying something that I can agree on. Tamlin is so annoying. I'm about to cry tears of frustration with the things he is saying. His hatred for Arisan is making let me direct my anger at Tamlin and not the cars outside and trucks. His hatred for Rhysand is making him lose all sense. Who is to say that Rhysand and his cronies are not agents of Hibern? All of this a ruse to get you to yield without realizing it. Are you kidding? Do you have sense? Tamlin, you are a literal joke. Page 424. I am simply warning you that they might present the guise of honesty and friendship, but the fact remains that he warmed Amarantha's bed for 50 years and only worked against her when it seemed the tide was turning. I'm not a violent person, but what the hell is he doing to me? I'm warning you that while he claims his own city was attacked by Hibern, they made off remarkably well. Are you kidding? He has broke my brain. Clearly the enemy in Tamlin's eye is the Night Court and anyone who sides with the Night Court, not Hibern. Please tell me that the High Lords have brain cells. I cannot believe that he is defending Ianthe. It is. He called Feyre a good actress. You know who the real actress is? It's the Ianthe that is in your court. I don't even need to say that he fell for Ianthe's scheme. I just don't think he cares. He just wants reasons to hate Feyre and Rhysand. What did he just call? Spoiled goods? Oh. I'm getting way too heated. This is... Calm down, girl. This is just good tea. Who shot him up? Please tell me who shot him up. Rhysand, you did us all a favor. Because if one more thing comes out of this man's mouth, you know what? I need a stress ball. But I don't have a stress ball. I have this. I have had this for the longest time. I just never showed her to you guys before.
What is that?
But this calls for it. You know, I never forget who you're talking to, Tamlin. I swear, he thinks he can talk like that about Feyre, the High Lady of the Night Court, and Rhysand, you just sit there and listen.
What is with the men in this room? Oh my god.
Yes, Azriel. You don't get to talk about Azriel's woman like that. I need more tabs. So many exciting moments during this High Lord gathering. Do you think you can get away with calling women slut? Do you not know the people in the Night Court? So many tabs. I'm just... Where is it? Over here. He's like, no, let me suffocate this man. Oh my goodness! Yes, Feyre, show everyone why you are the High Lady. How you can control the mans in your court. Come sit beside me. Azriel really cares so much about Mor, and I really do hope they end up together. Also, who won the bet then? Azriel is the first one to stand up and fight, so I wonder who won the bet. How long has it been? Feels like it's been forever, but I also don't think it's been... Has it been 15 minutes yet? Everyone just knew. This is so fun. I know, right, you Autumn Court. You've been humiliated twice. If anyone should have a look of disgust, it is not you, Tamlin. They weren't the only ones who were betting. So funny. I'm gonna finish reading this chapter and then I'm gonna go and wash myself up. I feel dirty. This whole thing has got me so heated, but I do love this whole gathering. This probably is one of the highlights of this whole book. Page 456. Helion is Lucien's father. Did not see this coming. The wall is down. chapter 49. I'm not surprised that Jurian here says that he was never against the humans, that he never sided with Hibern. It was all an act. I do kind of believe him. But if he betrays us, then I was a fool. That slap, I heard it from all the way over here. You gotta love Nesta, because she has her moments. What a beautiful end for Ianthe. Cyril and Feyre, their friendship. I'm on page 537. Just be kind to people. Not me being emotional at the Cyril dying. Are you kidding? This is beautiful. Our first friend. All jokes aside, he really was the first one who gave Feyre answers. I'm on chapter 65. The last few chapters I have read, I have never been more spooked. I never knew that a cauldron could scare me so much. When Feyre went into Nesta's mind and saw what she saw, they were in the tents and she was dreaming a nightmare and she felt the cauldron watching her. I got the chills, it was goosebumps. Then after that, Elaine gets lured out, so she's where the Hibern army are at. Feyre and Azriel are going to go and get her back. She shapeshifted herself to look like Ianthe. Oh, poor girl, I can't believe she even, what a sacrifice she's doing to look like her. Things are getting so good. Why is Tamlin out here giving us mixed signals? Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Maybe he just has a bad personality, but he's still a good guy. I think that's what it is. I'm on page 589. Mor and Azriel are clearly not going to be a thing. What can I do? She has her preferences. This book has hinted a lot of Azriel having a one-sided crush on Mor, but he does get his moments with Elaine, and Elaine did kiss Azriel on the cheek as a way of thanking him for saving her. But she does have Lucien as her mate. We'll have to see. I feel like I'm not surprised, but also feel like, okay, there goes my ship, you know? Well, good for Mor. I just hope Azriel, Lucien, Elaine, Mor, they all find someone that they want to be with. Feyre's favorite thing to do is to go off on her own and recruit people. Because of her, they do have the Bone Carver on their side and the Bryaxis. I'm not even gonna try. Anyway, I am on page 517. I wanted to finish this last night, but then things got a little bit too spooky, so I decided to wait until this morning. But I'm most likely going to finish this pretty soon and then start A Court of Frost and Starlight. No, the Bone Carver. First the Suriel, now the Bone Carver. This is so not okay. If I did not know that Cassian got his own book, then I would not be as calm as I am right now, because this is tragic. This scene on page 631, they're not saying goodbyes, but it's hinted that it's like we might die and never see each other again. I don't know how I would be acting. I would not be like this. Thank God there's this one, because I don't need any more good characters dying. Let's just hope all the inner circle members are fine after this. And where is Lucien? Is he going to make his grand entrance with the Mortal Queen? Was he successful in getting her to join our side? Our side. I mean, he's been gone for half the book already. Another thing that I don't really care much for, but I am curious, where is Feyre's father? Where is he? It's been more than a year. He should be back by now. I feel like the 2 months has been 2 months already. Where is he? What is he doing? Is he gonna show up in this war and be the bad guy? His absence in this book was not missed, but is he going to show up and then suddenly be a crucial character all of a sudden, or is he just really that irrelevant? So where is Lucien and where is the dad? The dad I don't really care, but if he shows up at the end like he's some main character, I don't know how I would feel about that. Clearly I spoke too soon, because the moment I read halfway through page 632 we got Dracon. 633 we got Lucien, but then later we find out that it was not Lucien who found the Mortal Queen Basta. I flip to 634, I see Prince of Merchant and then 3 daughters. Are you kidding? I don't know how I feel. I don't know if it's like anticlimactic or if it's a little bit cringe. It doesn't make me go, oh yay, hooray, there's help on the way. It doesn't feel like that at all. And also, I don't remember when was the last time we saw their dad, but I remember Feyre visiting the home and then the dad was there 1 second and then he left. That's the last time I remember physically seeing him in this book. I guess they have help and enough people to defeat the Hibern army, but I don't know, it doesn't feel as satisfying. Amren, girl, what are you doing? If she is going to betray us, I hope she's doing it for her own selfish reasons rather than helping the enemy. I feel like I'm not surprised, because if anyone in the inner circle was going to betray us, it would have been Amren. I'm also disappointed in her. Like, what is she doing? Why would she do this? Is this what she discovered in the books, is that you have to sacrifice someone who is made in order for her to go back home? Is that what it is? I'm sorry I lied to you. This implies that she's sorry and that she did have good feelings for Feyre. If she's feeling guilty, is she feeling guilty? I just cannot believe she would do that. There was a possibility in my head that Amren might have been bad, but I didn't want to say it out loud because then I would have set it into existence. Look at this. She really did betray them. Who is that? Who is that short male? Why you bring the father into this? He was irrelevant this entire story, and suddenly he's being used. This is so... No. I may sound heartless, but if the dad dies, I wouldn't feel anything. I have no attachment to his character. I mean, yes, finally he's doing something for his daughters for the right cause, so his death wouldn't be in vain. The dad's like, I don't care if my daughters are Fae, and he's saying how much he loves them. Oh, he knows this is it for him. Good for you, Dad. You proved yourself useful. At least if he's going to go, he goes knowing that his daughters, especially Nesta, forgives him and loves him. She loves him, right? Is she gonna say it? Is he not gonna kill him? Oh, I knew it was coming, but this was so sudden. You just woke the monster inside Nesta. Tell me she's gonna go crazy. Nesta might be a cold stone base, but she has feelings. The final moments, that's sweet. What happened? What's happening? What's happening? Oh my god. I swear, in his book, he better be able to fly still. I know he's not gonna die, but this is not what I want to read. Stop. Oh my god, this is so good. This reminds me of the Cauldron scene where she points her finger at the king. A promise of revenge. It's coming. I can sense it. I'm on page 649. Oh my god. Stop torturing him like that.
Oh, she exploded.
The king, you are going to suffer. How dare you? How dare you bring back that memory? How dare you? Yes, girl, pick up that sword and do something. But she never got training. She has a plan. You thought she did not have a plan? I am so into this scene that the Amren thing needs to wait. Get up, get up. Really? That's it? You send him flying to a tree and then that's it? Oh, he's coming. Stop. This moment between Nesta and Cassian. Let me take this in first. This is so sweet. Oh my god, stop saying that. Why are you saying that? What do you mean I have no regrets in my life but this? That we did not have time? That I did not have time with you, Nesta? No, stop. We have time. We have time. I'm gonna hold on to this. She didn't stop him as he leaned up and kissed her lightly. That was all he could manage. Stop it. Yes, you will find her again in the next world, but you're still gonna be here in this world, so stop talking. Oh my gosh, what's she doing? And covered Cassian's body with her own. Cassian went still. Then his hand slid over her back. Okay, I thought it meant that he went still because he's dead, but he's not. Okay, together they... Oh my god. This is so beautiful. I can't believe we're getting this and it's not in their book. This is so main character-esque. Oh, Feyre. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, I swear, Elaine comes in at the weirdest moments and shows everyone that she's capable. When she needs to, she will show you. Don't touch her sister and her brother-in-law. I can't help it. I have tears in my eyes. This is so sad. Unacceptable. I cannot. Why is it doing? Why in the morning too? No, never mind, afternoon, but still. Someone dropped kernels on him. Does she even have power left? Because she used a lot of power too. Oh, she does. Page 669, when more threatened Baron, and he actually withered. Serves him right. Oh, Tamlin, see, this is good. Be the bigger person. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear you joke again, Rhysand. I love this because Rhysand is alive, but does this mean that no High Lord can actually die then? There's a possibility of bringing you back to life if every High Lord agrees to give you a kernel of their power, if they have any left. That's crazy. So no one really dies if you're well loved. What? How? Wow. Okay, so Amren is back, but she's no longer whatever that thing she was. She's a High Fae now. I finished A Court of Wings and Ruin. Today's a Saturday and it's beautiful weather today. A lot of people are gonna be outside, so if you hear noises, that's what it is. This is milk, by the way. I finished A Court of Wings and Ruin and I needed to go grab a glass of milk. So I rated this book on Goodreads 5 stars. If I have to be more exact, I would say this is a 4.5. The reason why it's not fully 5 stars is because there were some parts that, well, you guys did not see, I was bored of. And when I say bored, I mean that it was more technical stuff with the war talks. Those parts were not my favorite, so that is why I deducted 0.5 stars. I'm just being very picky, and this was last night, so I was feeling kind of tired and I was reading those scenes and I was like, okay, is something gonna pick up? And it finally picked up, and that was the part where I came out here and I said things are getting really scary. That was the part that, you know, saved me, and I was about to be bored. I really do not want to skip any scenes. I end up pulling through, so I did not skip scenes, but because there were parts that were a bit dull in my opinion, I had to deduct 0.5 stars. But it still rounds up to 5 stars, so I'm just being nitpicky here. It is deserving of 5 stars or high 4 stars because there was good action scenes. There was a lot of humor and romance, lots of moments where we got to see characters from ACOTAR and a lot of things tied together. I had a few tears while reading this book. I did not expect myself to feel as emotional for certain character deaths, but I did. I never knew that I would have gotten attached to the Surreal and the Bone Carver. The Weaver I really don't care for. Oops, rip, but I really did not care for her character. It was nice that she helped with the war, but again, they really did do it because it was a bargain. Bone Carver was a little bit different because he offered to help her, and the whole getting the mirror thing, it was a test to see if she was worthy of help and stuff, and I don't know, I kind of liked it, and so I kind of felt some affection for the Bone Carver. The Surreal, I don't know how that creature won me over, but he did. Yeah, what was I even talking about? Yeah, so there were a lot of characters that we got to see in the earlier books being mentioned here. I'm sad that we won't get to see them again in the future books. I'm sad that we won't get to see them again in the future books. They met their end, their doom in this one, but it was really nice meeting them. There were a lot of really good scenes in this one, especially the gathering between the High Lords. I don't know why that scene was the scene that made me want to give this book 5 stars in the middle. Just that whole scene in general, I just really liked it because it was like I'm sitting here for the tea, but I'm also getting mad at the same time, and it was just as if I was there and Tamlin was pissing me off. But then his choices in the end, I swear, in that moment in the gathering, I was so done with him that I didn't care whether he met his doom at the end of the war or not. I really did not care because he was just talking so much trash. But then he showed us that he's capable of good. He has a whack personality, but he's a good person, and he really did help when it counted. He's giving me a whiplash. I don't like his character at that scene, but I really like him in another scene. He's throwing me off. And then in the end, when we got the final meeting to talk about a new treaty and he saw Lucien in Night Court clothes, I kind of felt bad because at the end of the day, Tamlin and Lucien were best buds. They've been together for many years. He gave Lucien a place in his court. It's sad. I mean, Tamlin didn't really give them a chance to tell him that it's only because they don't have other clothes ready for him, so he's a very, very hard character to like and hate. Another reason why I could not give this a 5 stars is because some scenes that I felt had good build-up just felt so anticlimactic when it happened. The reveal for the father, he was brought back just to die and just to give a closure for this character. Another scene was I was fully going to embrace the fact that Amren dies, and then she came back. Like, what was that? I'm half on it. I really like that she's back because I really like her character. I thought we had to say goodbye to the cranky old aunt, but she's back, and so I'm happy. But it's also like, you made me feel all this just to bring her back. The reason I knew he wasn't gonna die, but I still felt that pain in there. I felt it, and the way Feyre was crying, asking the High Lords to bring him back, I felt it. I felt it so much, and I even cried. So there were a lot of parts in this book that were really good, brought out a lot of emotions as I was reading it. Feeling a little bit sad now that I finished this book, because after this one we have one more, A Court of Frost and Starlight, that I'm pretty sure the perspective that we get is from Feyre, and it's gonna be sad because after that it's Nesta. I will see her again, but I just won't get her perspective. I've grown to like Feyre's character a lot. Overall, I really like this book a lot. It's 4.5 stars, and I have no clear verdict. I like and I don't like him. Rhysand, Feyre, I love them. Amryn, I love that she's not gone, but I don't like how they killed her and then brought her back. But now I want to see a future with her and Rarian. Azriel, hope he finds someone. Mor, hope she finds someone. Elaine, I don't know if she's going to end up with Lucien, but I do want Lucien to also find someone. Shifel, what does this mean? I did Google before if this series is over. Apparently it is not over. There's going to be an ACOTAR 6. I truly thought this series was over. That's why I jumped into it, but now that it's not, it's like, damn it, I have more to look forward to and I have to wait. That is not to say I'm not going to continue reading, because I will still be finishing the series, or what is out in the series, in this video. Because I googled that, and because now I know that there is going to be a 6th book, it means that we will be left in the air with Elaine's love interests and Azriel and Mor's. I hope they all just find someone at the end of this series when we finally get the final book and it's someone that we like. I'm worried. That's enough. Finally finished this one. Look at all the pretty tabs here. My camera's running out of battery. Oh, this is so pretty. And then my dumbass. Okay, I'm gonna fix my previous tabs that I had for A Court of Frost and Starlight and then get back to you guys when I read this book. There's a truck outside reversing, so I'm gonna let that do it. It's done. It's 9:20 now. It's been hours since I last filmed, and I did not start the book yet. As I was fixing my tabs, I was watching YouTube, and then I got distracted, so I did not start reading it. And also I couldn't really film much because outside was really loud, so I waited until now. It might get loud later because it is Saturday night. That's usually when people are out hanging because they have friends and they have a social life. This is a very short book. I might be able to finish it tonight, but I sometimes ooh, wait, this is not even fully all of it. 229 pages. Dedication page. Love it. To the readers who look up at the sky and wish. Chapter 1. Feyre. If I remember correctly, the winter solstice is also Feyre's birthday, right? Are they gonna plan a surprise party? Oh my god, we're gonna get a baby. Why am I so happy? It's not like she's pregnant right now. The word cycle was mentioned and I got crazy. 2 times a year? There's no Elaine's book yet, but if she is what ACOTAR 6 is going to be focused on, I don't know how I would feel, because sure, she does have her moments in the first 3 books. However, her as a character, being a main character, is going to be different. She is the weakest of the 3 sisters and also the least interesting of them all. Reading this part, she was too polite to send him away on a normal day. She just ignored him or barely spoke to him until he got the hint and left. Reading this part, I just feel like if we got this in her book, it wouldn't just be 1 paragraph. It would be chapters and chapters of her acting this way with whoever her potential lover is. So my hope is, if we get her book, I want her to grow as a character and not be this Elaine that I'm getting in this paragraph, because it would be so frustrating to read. Hello y'all. You would expect that because this is the shortest book, it would take the shortest time to read. That is not the case. I am only on page 78. As much as I love getting Cassian and Mor's POV, it's not in first person, so it's a little harder to get through. But that's not the reason why I turn on the camera. I'm turning on the camera because I was just sitting here reading for 30 seconds and then I came across page 78. Cassian has a lot of nicknames for the type of Nestas. The one on top of page 78 ranging from I will eat your eyes out for breakfast to I don't want Cassian to know I'm reading smut. I did not know smut existed, because I was wondering, what is Nesta reading that is so interesting? Now I get it. Now I get why she's always with the book. Nesta truly is something else. She's being herself, which is not the most pleasant person to be around, but she makes sure to remind Feyre that her rent is due. I'm on page 119. Nesta is another character I don't know how I feel about, but she would be a very fun character to read. I just don't know if I would like her. Of all we've gotten of the sisters, my favorite is still Feyre. I don't know how Nesta is going to change my mind. I'm on page 201. Feyre is letting Rhysand know that she is ready to have a baby. Also, let me talk about the previous chapters. Lucien came over on the morning of the solstice to drop off 2 presents, one for Feyre and one for Elaine. I don't expect Elaine to do anything because she doesn't owe Lucien and Lucien doesn't owe her, but for some reason I do feel bad for Lucien because he's the only one who's really trying to get to know her, and I guess from Elaine's perspective, he in her head is sort of responsible for her turning into a fae, so maybe there is some resentment there. Her feelings are valid, but then that night when she opened his present for her, thank God he was not there, because the way she reacted, I truly felt so bad for Lucien. The dismissal, how would he know what you want and don't want, or how you feel if you don't talk to him? The way she opened the box and saw gloves and immediately the smile disappeared, that was so rude. Whatever place she came from, I still think that was a very rude reaction to getting a gift. And then the next page, it was Asriel opening Elaine's gift for him, and it just shows that Elaine notices Asriel. Clearly, she has more good feelings for him than Lucien. At this point, after reading what I've read, I'm just not going to form any ships that I'm not too clear of. So the only people that I will ship, the only couples, will be Feyre and Rhysand, and Nesta and Cassian. Even though Lucien and Elaine have a mating bond, we haven't gotten enough for me to think that they would be together. The same goes with Elaine and Asriel. I learned my lesson with Asriel and Moore. They're not gonna happen, and I got my hopes up. It was shot down real quick the moment Moore let us know that she is just not interested in males. The other scene that hurt me, Cassian and Nesta, the gift he got her and she didn't want it, so he threw it in the river. It hurt me. Their book is not going to be an easy one to read. I know Nesta is not going to make it easy whatsoever. Low-key dreading to read A Court of Silver Flames. I'm still not done yet. Like I said, I'm still on page 201, so I have a few chapters left. Oh no, not even. I thought I had this much, but I only have this much. Yeah, in a few chapters indeed. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed, but last night I removed my heart book quote wall. I have it all here. I took it down because I wasn't feeling it. Maybe one day I'll put it back up, but right now I like the emptiness behind me. I just finished this book and I'm looking at the sneak peek for A Court of Silver Flames, and I'm noticing that this is third person POV. Just why? Anyway, I am done with this one. That was 229 pages. That took me the longest time to read, which is crazy because that was the shortest book. There's really nothing to say about A Court of Frost and Starlight. All I have to say, I already said in the video. I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars. Like a 3.7 to 4 stars. 3 stars. 3.5 stars. I don't have nothing else to say about this one except how I'm gonna rate it. Nothing really happened. It's just them recovering from the war, how the warriors are feeling, and it's kind of setting up for the next book because Cassian is a warrior through and through, and how he's going to take leadership with the warriors and how he's going to deal with all the rumors and gossip. Another thing we're getting is going to be Feyre and Rhysand trying for a kid, a baby, and it's gonna be tough. I'm sad we're not gonna get it from their perspective, but knowing that we will get Feyre and Rhysand trying to have a baby in this book, at least we know that they're gonna be present. I have to say, this is the book that I'm least excited to read. I've gotten used to reading about Feyre and Rhysand, that it's going to be a transition to read Cassian and Nesta's perspective. And it's not even like we're gonna get their first person POV, it's gonna be third person. So transition is going to be quite slow and difficult. I already know it. The first few pages I'm going to take some time to get into. It happens a lot. I need to fix my tabs as well for this one. This is not going to be enough. I'll see you when I am ready to start A Court of Silver Flames. Good morning. The last time I recorded was probably last night. To be honest, I did not read last night. So yes, today is the day I'm officially starting A Court of Silver Flames. A Court of Silver Flames. I spent 20 minutes hula hooping and reading this, so I'm on page 21. I need to know the tea and what happened between Nesta and Amren. What was said. I thought it would take a while for me to get into this book because it's third person POV and I'm used to reading first person, but I'm already on page 21 and it's not bad. I'm already used to this third person. It's very easy to get through. And also getting things from Nesta's perspective is going to be very interesting because even though she wasn't my favorite character in the first 4 books, you can't deny that there is something about her that is interesting. I think this proud character is going to surprise me and make me see her in a different light. There is a chance in this book that she's going to do something that I'm going to be like, oh, why is she being like this? And I'm not going to understand her behavior. I can see it going both ways. I'm going to root for her, but I'm also going to be super annoyed with her. Cassian already loved him. Before I go further, I can't believe I've never done this, but I want to see what Amren looks like because Amren and Nesta are pretty similar. They have noted that before, but this whole silver theme is getting out of hand. Like, they keep mentioning silver, Nesta with her silver flame and Amren with her silver eyes and gray dresses. ACOTAR, Amren. I want to see what her face looks like. Girly, she looks so pretty. She doesn't look tiny in these pictures. She exudes elegance. The fan arts are gorgeous. I'm looking at all of them. They look so nice. Let me look at Nesta. Like, look at these drawings. Oh my god. I want to put like right here. And Nesta, I want to see what Nesta looks like. Oh, I'm looking at this one right now. I can tell who is who because we know that Feyre and Nesta, they share the same eye color, bluish gray. I'm looking at this picture, by the way. Oh my god, they all look so good. I swear, the sisters look so pretty. I'm looking at the fan art and a lot of her stands, her hair and her dress, it's giving professor, headmaster, that sort of image. Now, why would Cassian have something like pain etched across his face? I'm on page 22. Are we gonna find out that Cassian and Nesta are mates in this book? I actually want that to be the case. I want them to be mates. I realized I did not give a tab update. I was reading and then I was tabbing and I was like, did I tell you guys what my tabs were? And no, I did not. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 tabs. Extreme, yes. I have one for Nesta and forgot his name for a second, Cassian, and that is the vibrant orange one that matches the cover. So I better see a lot of their scenes in this book. It is about them, so I better see a whole bunch of orange on the side. I have one for character, a light orange for funny. I have one for FXR, Feyre and Rhysand, but this is also a tab for any of the future couples, love in general, friendship, family. I have one for exciting, oh dang moments. I have one for sad, angry, and information. There is something I want to see in this book, and it is for Feyre and Nesta's relationship to improve. I also need to know why Nesta treats Elaine and Feyre so differently. I know that Elaine evokes some sort of protectiveness from both sisters, but at the end of the day, Feyre is still the youngest, and I want to know why Nesta treats Feyre so differently. Girly, she is making me so upset. Only 34 pages in. How is she doing this to me? My blood pressure is going to rise. The thing is, she is saying to Feyre, when Feyre says, because you're my sister. Yes, and you're always sacrificing for us. Your sad little human family. You've never treated her like family. Don't even start. It's true, she did try to go to the Spring Court to rescue Feyre. That's the only time. It's the same thing with her father. She said that the father never tried to do anything while her sisters were starving, and it's only until the last moment that he did something. Nesta, oh, maybe that is why she has so much resentment towards her dad, because she sees herself in her dad. This is like ridiculous. Nesta hated that word, the term Feyre used to describe her court, as if things had been so miserable with the ACOWAR family that Feyre had needed to find another one, had chosen her own. Yes, it was miserable. She was 14 when she had to hunt for y'all, and you guys never appreciated her, and she found a family of people who would sacrifice for her, who would do anything for her and respect her and treat her like she deserves to be treated. So where is Nesta coming from all of this? Nesta, and that favor went on. And to hear not just the amount of bill, but what you spent it on. Oh, so it's about you saving face. Girl, I'm pretty sure Feyre is saying the money thing as like the last resort to get Nesta to change her ways. But Nesta, you do realize you are talking to the high lady of the night court, right? You do realize that her face is important, her reputation is important, and she's doing whatever she can to rebuild the night court. And here you are saying it's about saving face. No, duh. She's just pushing limits here. Where Nesta is coming from, it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Like, her excuses, like, leave her alone. Okay, if you want people to leave you alone, don't use your money. It's that simple. I don't know if this is noteworthy, but on chapter 3 at the bottom, on page 37, Rhys had built the model himself centuries ago. It can not only track the sun, but also tell time, and it somehow allowed Rhys to ponder the existence of life beyond their own world and other things, etc. Now this, since Sarah J Maas has a lot of other series that she has written, but wouldn't it be so cool if we got crossovers? Because technically they're all fantasy, so it could be possible, right? They're fantasy. And I'm pretty sure Crescent City characters are also not fey creatures. But he does say it's different world, so maybe it's possible. I just think it would be so cool to see a crossover. I was waiting for the appearance of Koshi, and now he's mentioned. He is a sort, oh my god. He is the sorcerer who cursed Vasa, the mortal queen. Why would he be helping Brayling, whatever her name is? We'll call her B. Why he would be helping B? Baron is so low. He's siding with B? On page 154 on top, Gwyn is a new character that we met, and I think she's going to be a reoccurring character, especially if Nesta continues to work in the library. Then we'll be seeing Gwyn a lot, and she seems like a very nice person. She's a better high priest than we know who. Gwyn says that Meryl's? However we pronounce her name, when she first came into the library, she was researching about different worlds, and this is the second time we got a mention of possibility of different worlds. And I'm just saying there could be a possibility of, what is it, crossovers. If that is not what they're leading up to, then maybe the different worlds could be bringing in a whole new species that we don't know about. And it's true though, there is something called different worlds, because even Amryn is from a different world. She's not from here. I totally forgot about that. I just remembered it. So maybe it's not a big deal that it keeps getting mentioned. On that same page on the bottom, there is a mention of Valkyries. The Valkyrie name was just a title though. They weren't a race like the Illyrians. They hailed from every type of fae, usually recruited from birth or early childhood. They had 3 stages of training: novice, blade, and finally Valkyrie. What I'm reading right now is part 1, and it is titled Novice. Is this a hint? What is this supposed to mean? Possible that she became a Valkyrie? But she's not really a warrior. This girl tripped going down 65 stairs. Maybe she's not a warrior, but what is the connection here? It's not that they banded together and shoved you out, it's that you took yourself out. But I get you're going through things, but still. Oh no, there's going to be tension between the house and Nesta, and I thought they were fast becoming friends. Their shared love for smut books. Honestly thought the house would side with Nesta when she said no fire. Guess who's pregnant? I can't believe I did not see the signs. I am disappointed in myself. I also need to praise Elaine for talking back to Nesta. Love that. The fact that Cassian says that's what he is holding out for, the mating bond. This whole time a little part of me thought that Cassian knew Nesta was his mated bond, which is why he acts this way. But the fact that he said this, it's either they really are not mated bonds or it just hasn't clicked into place yet. I hope it's the latter. The thoughts that Nesta be having after watching Cassian and Azriel. I'm on page 256 for anyone wondering. Wow. I can't believe this. Varian is the one to tame Amryn. We need to tab this. There's hair everywhere. Anyway, I am on page 312. This is impressive. What time is it? I don't know if you can tell the clock behind me. 11:23 is what it says. I've been reading this series for a couple of days straight now. Has it been a week since I started this? I think it has. Well, anyway, my point is this series has been occupying my days and my mind for long enough that the moment I have nothing left to read in this series, I will feel the emptiness. And why is this so hard? Got it. I'm gonna read this until I am too tired to keep my eyes open. I am shocked I did not mention this already, but there's a book club forming. We have Nesta, Emery, and Gwen who have a book club for smut. Can we join? Why is Meryl bringing some drama? This is not the type of drama that I want. This is like high school petty bully drama. How many days has it been and you choose now to bring up the fact that the book was swapped? Are you kidding? I feel like it's been weeks already. Has it not? And then she said, do you know who I am? Every time someone says that, it's like, that means you're no one of importance. If you were someone of importance, we would have known who you were, okay? You wouldn't have to introduce yourself. I know I'm not the smartest person, so don't be surprised if I tell you I don't get it. I just finished 326, about to start chapter 30. Reese went into Nesta's dream, more like a nightmare, and he saw what Nesta felt when she was inside the cauldron, and he said that her power is death, pure death. I don't get it. I don't get how that is a power. They mentioned this multiple times already, and I still don't get it. I don't get how it works. The baby has wings? What do you mean? So the baby has wings in her womb right now, as of this moment? That's crazy. Wait, why don't they sound happy? But Feyre was in an Illyrian form when he was conceived? Girly, this brings me back to when I was reading A Court of Frost and Starlight, and that one scene where Rhysand talked about how he couldn't keep it to himself and that he needed to keep touching Feyre, and they did it in the sky. They were both in heat, and this is the result. A baby with wings. Feyre's ability to shapeshift is not just a surface level. It means that when she changes into something, she becomes that something. Wait, are they trying to say that it's dangerous for the baby to have wings? She has to be in her Illyrian form in order for her to give birth to the baby boy with wings safely? Now that she's pregnant, it would be dangerous to shapeshift. But if she doesn't shapeshift into Illyrian, it's dangerous for her body to give birth to the baby with wings. I'm just gonna keep calling it baby with wings. Oh, the baby better come out safe and sound, and the mom better be here. Can you believe that this whole thing is because those two were way too horny and couldn't help themselves? Either that or they just have a kink for doing it in the sky. Still, this is a very sad situation. Let's fix myself. I am on page 378 and I'm gonna talk through what I read from last night to right now. I think where we left off yesterday was with Nesta and Cassian going to the River House, and this was after finding out about Feyre's situation. So Nesta is going to give it another shot of, is it scrying or scurrying? It's doing the magic. They need to locate where the dead trove items are because she is made from the cauldron. She's able to locate the items, and if she doesn't do it, then Elaine will do it. This time Nesta was successful in doing the scurrying and found the location of where one of the troves might be. Her, Cassian, Azriel, they go to the bog, and it's located in the middle. They come across the missing Autumn Court soldiers while the two bats are fighting the soldiers. I don't know what's happening outside, but someone is doing some construction. Nesta gets drowned by a kelpie, which is a good thing because she found the mask in the lake. She wears it, she dons the thing, and she commands every dead soldier in that lake to rip the kelpie in shreds. And that leads me to page 378, where they're back at the night court, the human court, and they are questioning the two Autumn Court soldiers that they brought back. That's where I'm at. I just thought, I want to know what a kelpie looks like, and I did just Google what the surreal looks like, and I saw his face, and girl, if I saw that in person, I don't know how I would be able to not pee myself. The moments he shared with Feyre are memorable, but I don't know if I could be in Feyre's shoes. Okay, let's look at what a Kelpie looks like. Ew. Oh my god. Heck nah, heck nah, heck nah. That is creepy. This thing tried to force himself on Nesta. That is disgusting. I gagged. I kind of vomited a little. It was not pleasant. Now that I know what it looks like, it makes it worse. We're not gonna look at that anymore. Let's get rid of that from our screen. Should I have left that unknown? Should I just not have googled what he looked like? But kudos to the artists who are able to capture these creatures and characters. They did good. My comment, because this has been the only thing that Feyre has said throughout this book, and she needs other lines. How many times has she said this already? Like calls to like. Too many. I'm starting chapter 41. So the autumn court has hounds and the day court have Pegasus. How do you do plural? Pegasus. I'm on page 459. A few chapters ago, Nesta and Cassian went to visit a blacksmith, and there Nesta forged, banged 3 weapons: a sword, dagger, and a longer great sword. She hammered all 3, and apparently some of her powers melded into the blades, and now they could be considered the new trove, the new items. This is all confirming exactly how powerful Nesta is. She is the living, breathing cauldron. The finger is at work again. Tamlin, now I still don't know how I feel about you. I do feel pity for him, but you better watch what you say. When Nesta says, tell anyone you saw as High Lord and I'll rip your head from your body too, know that she means it, because she will do that, Tamlin. Silver Majesty? Oh, Gwyn, you are so cute. I would say Silver Flame does sound like a good name though, if she was to name. Cassian thought he was slick asking the sword name question. I need to be sat for this. Okay, I'm starting chapter 46, and Nesta finally made it down the 10,000 steps from the house. The first place she goes to, she's heading to Amren's place. And girly, I've been waiting for this moment. I wanted this confrontation since forever, since I found out that they had a drama. I am sat and I'm ready to read this. I don't know how I want this to go, but I want it to be messy. We needed to have a conversation, just the 2 of them. But poor Rarian is stuck in the middle of this. Right in the... Nesta couldn't even bother knocking. Right when they were in the middle of... Nesta, your timing. I really want to know what was said. All we know is that Nesta said that Amren took Feyre's side. But from what we have seen, there really is no taking sides, because Nesta in the beginning was just bitter. So... let's see the extent of what happened. After this conversation with Amren, she better go to Feyre and they better have a heart-to-heart. What does she have against Feyre? Because anytime someone defends Feyre or brings Feyre up, she's just like, oh, you made your choice, you're siding with her. Girly, it's not even that people are choosing Feyre, it's that Nesta made her choice by favoring one sister and then ignoring the youngest one. I walked away because you chose my sister, just as Elaine had done. She's twisted everything. No, she is a mentally not 20 something. Sometimes when I read moments like this, I'm like, this is not the same girl who defeated the Kelpie. This is middle school type of behavior. She's like, you picked her side. This is so childish. I can't. I don't know what Nesta wants with Feyre. Let me read you this. Amren, she says, I told them to leave you alone for months. I refused to speak about you with them. And then the moment I realized my behavior was not helping you, that maybe your sister was right, I somehow betrayed you? Nesta shook. You know how I feel about Feyre. Yes, poor Nesta, with a younger sister who loves her so dearly she's willing to do anything to get her help. Nesta blocked out the memory of Tamlin in his beast form, how she had wanted to rip him limb from limb. She was no better than him in the end. Feyre doesn't love me. She didn't deserve Feyre's love, just as Tamlin didn't. So what do you have against Feyre? I still don't get the problem here. I don't get the problem here. So Feyre cares about you, and the mental jumps I'm trying to make here. Nesta says Feyre cares about her, but Nesta doesn't think she deserves it. How does that explain why she treats Feyre like the way she does? I don't want to say like trash, but seriously, compared to Elaine, yes, she does treat Fabra like trash. Never mind, she doesn't need to go to Fabra. Fabra's here. Nesta, don't say anything. Oh, this is going bad. This is going bad. She's gonna spill it. Is it respect that your mate offers you? Nesta, don't say anything you're gonna regret. I love this because this is drama, but at the same time, I'm sweating. To be honest, I do think Fabra should know. Hiding it from her is not the best idea, but the way Nesta is going about it, not the biggest fan. She's gonna go too far, and then where do we go from there? She said it. She told her. Oh, Nesta, you just made things worse. Oh my god. It is the sound that gets her, not the fire, but the sound of the log. I'm on page 505. She's the one who caused it. She should be the one to fix it, and she should be glad that she has Cassian, who is going to stick by her. Truly. Part 3. I'm currently on page 589. Nesta and Eris just had their dance. What Eris said about Moore knowing the truth and not revealed it, what is he talking about? What would be really crazy is if Moore and Eris are mates. That would be crazy. There is something brewing between Ezreal and Elaine. 597. The stairs, they're just using their eyes, and their eyes are telling the story. She called Elaine wretch. I had forgotten about the gift that Cassian threw into the river, and I hope that Nesta has it and that she went into the river to get it, because that's so sad that he went through so much to get her the present and Nesta never accepted it. Once again, I find myself feeling so bad for Lucien. He's thoughtful in the idea of giving gifts, but Elaine doesn't appreciate it, nor do I think she wants it. I wish they had a conversation. I am nearing towards the end of the book. I have this much left, but really it's not that much because it actually is a lot. Never mind. It's around this much left. I kind of already foresaw this early on, but we're not gonna get the fighting, the war stuff anytime soon in these few chapters. If we are going to get the war, then this is going to be too rushed. I have been waiting for the confirmation of them being mates, and this is how we get it. I'm happy, but I'm also disappointed that this is how we get the reveal, because right after it, we're back to square one. Nesta is reverting back to that mentality in the beginning about how she was forced into this lifestyle, and her being mates with Cassian is like the last of her humanity going away. I swear, Nesta cannot be happy for more than 3 chapters in a row. It's ridiculous. This whole relationship is going to be tough on them. Cassian is constantly going to have to continue to prove himself to Nesta and try to get her out of her shell. I'm exhausted. I'm actually exhausted. The word choice though, how Cassian used shackled, bad word choice, but in all fairness, Nesta doesn't have the best word choice either, because what she said before was that stupid word, I am no longer human anyway, I'm one of you. And she says that in a way that is insinuating she doesn't see being a fae as something good. How can she be saying these things and Cassian can't? There's also, why? Your friends saw me for what I was, what I am. The mating bond made you stupidly blind to it. How many times did they warn you to stay away from me, Cassian? How many times are we gonna get this fight? How many times is she going to continue to throw this back at him? Has she thrown this back at him? I don't know, but it really does feel like it. It just does not feel like the first or second time we've been through this. It's already a whole book of Nesta being a fae. More than a year since she's been a fae. It's a tough transition, but at the same time, you're the one who said you don't feel like you fit in when you were a human. No place felt like home. And then she finally found the house and finally felt like she's found her group, her family, her found family. And then she goes back to this. Are we all tired of this, or is it just me? What the hell? I did not expect this. Who took her? Okay, if this book ends in a cliffhanger, I will not sit still. Actually, I don't really care. My interest in this book is going downhill. Like, I'm only here for the people at this point. You're kidding. Oh my god, they're gonna participate in the blood right? Part 4, I thought Valkyrie was the last part, but it's the sword name. if I'm going to be honest with you, I am not that interested in this book. Yes, I'm near the end, but I truly don't really care what happens to Nesta. Okay, on some degree, I do care. I care about her relationship status with Cassian, and I care about the characters in this book. I'm in it for the plot, but a lot of other stuff, what Nesta's thinking, how she's coping, not the biggest fan. Are we even going to get a baby at the end of this book? Has it been 10 months? No, it hasn't been 10 months. She was 2 months pregnant. Oh, she's 8 months pregnant at this point. Oh yeah, right. So if she dies, he dies. I vaguely remember this scene, but I didn't think it was real. I thought they were just saying it. Oh, now it makes the situation even more dire. So Rhysand should not put himself in danger either. And he keeps mother henning Feyre. What about him? Again, I don't really care about Nesta in the Blood Right. We all know she's gonna make it out alive. The issue is Gwyn and Emery. Oh yes, girl, keep yourself warm. Go find your friends. I am officially done with A Court of Silver Flames. I honestly thought last night that the scenes I would be reading would not captivate me. I didn't think the Blood Right would be able to win me over, but it did. That whole scene was intense. It was very fast paced, and you felt like it was fast paced because it kept switching from Cassian's perspective to Nesta's, and the passages were really short, so it really did feel like there was a sense of urgency, because I was really fully convinced that I was not going to finish the book last night and read it today, this morning, but I ended up staying up to finish the rest of the book. I could not put it down. The Blood Right scene was really cool, seeing how the girls come together and use their training to beat the other Illyrian warriors, especially Bilius. The one thing that was kind of anticlimactic was the Brylin scene when she came wearing the crown and having control over Cassian. I say it's anticlimactic because she appeared for a good few pages and then she died because Nesta turned her into ashes. I lived for that scene, but also it felt like this whole build up for this scary queen and for her to die like that. I mean, I don't want to complain because I didn't want to see her any longer, so good riddance, but still, this reminds me of that scene when the dad came in ACOWAR. He was mentioned somewhat throughout the book, and then when he appeared, he was gone. He came really quick and he was gone just as fast. This is what it felt like. That's the thing about the last few chapters of this book. It was that so much happened. The Blood Right, Brylin dying, Koshi appearing, the reveal of Cassian and Nesta being mates, and then Feyre giving birth. Nesta stopped time and saved Feyre. And some of the most interesting scenes in this entire book, and it was packed into this little tiny section. What is with that? But truly, because of what I read in the final few chapters, I cannot in my right mind give this book a 3 stars, because I did like this book, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the characters. Nesta had her moments that I rooted for her, but she still is not my favorite. Feyre is still my favorite sister. We are taking polls. I did like her in some scenes, but then her stubbornness held me back from really fully appreciating her character. I really love Cassian. It's hard not to like him. That leads me to say that I have finally finished the series. Well, I was gonna say I finally finished the complete series, but the series is technically not complete yet because the story is not over. We still have so much left to find out about Eris and more, with whether or not there is going to be another war, because even though this queen is dead, I don't want to call her a queen, but let's just say her title is a queen, so even though she is dead, the other 4 mortal queens are still alive. The Koshikai is still in the lake. There's the thing with Vasa, the queen who is tied to Koschei, however you say his name. So there's still a lot to uncover with Lucien, Elaine, Azriel. Like, what is up with that? There's also Gwyn in the picture, because Gwyn has something. I feel like she feels something for Azriel, so I don't really know what is going to go on there. And when we get the new book, if it's going to be Elaine's book. So I rated this one 3.7 stars, but we are going to round it up to 4 stars on Goodreads, and I can't give this 3 stars because I didn't skip any pages, even though the characters are my favorite. I did love the storyline, that's why. Here it is, the whole series that I apparently almost took 2 weeks to read. Every single book is tabbed. Look how beautiful color coordinated these are, except for ACOTAR. ACOTAR. That was my mistake. If I did not mess this up, this would have been red, green, pink / purple, blue, and orange. It would have looked so nice. So finished reading what is out of the ACOTAR series. Should I do a fast recap of my ratings? Yes, I will do it. ACOTAR, I rated 4.4 stars. A Court of Mist and Fury, 5 stars. No surprise. A Court of Wings and Ruin, I have this as 5 stars, but I did rate this one as 4.5, right? A Court of Frost and Starlight, 3 stars. Specifically 3.5 stars, but I round it down. Finally, I have A Court of Silver Flames, 4 stars, 3.7 stars, round it up. Final words I have to say, I have no regrets reading this series. I'm not choking up. I get the hype. I truly get the hype. I do have to give a big thanks to all those fan art TikTok videos that I saw, because they were the real ones. They were the ones that made me want to get back into this series and read everything from beginning to end. And now I get to go and watch those videos in full and also indulge in more because I don't have to worry about being spoiled. I read everything. I know what is up. That will be it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking until the end and watching me read and talk about the ACOTAR series. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do let me know in the comments down below if this was your first time reading the ACOTAR series and you shared a lot of the same reactions that I have, or if your reactions were completely different. Which book was your favorite? I would like to know. My favorite would have to be ACOMAF, but I really did love the first 3 books. These are top 3 for sure in my rank. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, evening, week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! My arms are getting tired.